Never in the history of the United States of America has there been a more destructive president than the current occupant in the White House in Washington, D.C. Donald Trump is temporary. He'll be gone in 3 years. California is a stable and reliable partner in this space.
Gavin Newsom recently spoke at the Munich Security Conference, and he just goes in skis on Trump. Like, he calls him out for his corruption, he calls him out for his bullshit, says that he's only temporary, and he's kind of, you know, assuring the world that this isn't going to be forever. Like, you're not going to have to put up with Trump forever. You will be getting America back as you know it. And it's a shame that we have to have one of our leaders go and say, hey, this president, our bad, bro, our bad. We don't actually believe these things. And as far as Democrats go, I can't name another Democrat that is meeting the moment like Gavin Newsom is. Like, we need to fight fire with fire. We can't just be nice. That shit ain't gonna work. We got a guy that's definitely gonna fuck with the election, and like, we need someone to meet the moment. And right now, Gavin Newsom is that guy. If you can name another guy, I'm totally interested. Like, I really am. But right now, Gavin Newsom's that guy, and he went to Munich, and he looked great on the world stage. Let's take a look.
Donald Trump is doubling down on stupid. California has been a leader in climate policy going back to Ronald Reagan. 1967, Governor Ronald Reagan established the first tailpipe emissions in the United States of America, created the California Air Resources Board. 3 years later, a president by the name of Richard Nixon, another Republican, codified California's leadership under the Clean Air Act. Never in the history of the United States of America has there been a more destructive president than the current occupant in the White House in Washington, D.C. He's trying to recreate the 19th century. He's a wholly owned subsidiary of big oil, gas.
I agree with all that. Like, trying to go back to coal, trying to go back to paper ballots, is you know, trying to ban parts of the internet. It's just, that's the only thing that makes sense, really. He's trying to go take us back to the you know, to a different century, essentially.
And coal. He's quite literally reopening coal plants in the United States of America. He's received close to $500 million in campaign contributions. He asked for $1 billion. Look it up. In return for basically eliminating all regulations in the United States of America. De facto, he just did that yesterday with federal regulations and the endangerment finding. It is code red in terms of American leadership in this space.
Code red. I agree. How many elected Democrats are saying the same shit that Newsom's saying right now? Like, none. Like you have Ro Khanna, and you have some random Democrats here and there that kind of stand out at like Senate hearings and stuff. But for the most part, there's nobody just doing this. This is what we need. We need someone to meet the moment like this. This is what we need against someone like Trump.
Low carbon, green growth. And I know a thing or two about this. I represent the 4th largest economy from a GDP perspective in the world. And we ran the 4th largest economy last year, 9 out of 10 days on 100% clean energy. 2/3 renewable energy. We've seen our GDP grow by 81% since 2000, and we've reduced our greenhouse gas emissions by 21%. 7 times more clean energy jobs than fossil fuel jobs. We're proving at scale that we can implement, we can compete, and we can dominate. But Donald Trump is trying to turn back the clock. And so we're showing up, but we're also showing what can be accomplished, the power of emulation. We are in the great implementation in my state. Final word. I hope, if there's nothing else I can communicate today, Donald Trump is temporary. He'll be gone in 3 years. California is a stable and reliable partner in this space. And it's important for folks to understand the temporary nature of this current administration in relationship to the issue of climate change and climate policy. You just got to call this stuff out. Look, the polluted heart of the climate crisis is big oil, period, full stop. That's what this is all about. I mean, that's where the politics, that's where the timidity comes from. You talk about the tech stack. You can't get in one of these modern new vehicles and ever want to go back to the old gas guzzler. I mean, the technology, and we can talk in terms of just energy efficiency and how we bring down costs, and we've got to address those cost issues. But the biggest problem is the deceit and the denial that's happening because of these special interests. And so you just have to have the courage to call it out. And I agree with you. It's infuriating what I hear privately, but it's not expressed publicly. And so we have to call people out. They'll be held to account. They will be judged and ultimately judge themselves. And I think this is a moral moment across the board, simultaneous crisis, not just climate, but democracy. All this stacking of stress. And we all have a relationship to it. Society becomes how we behave. We are our behaviors. And so all of us have a role to play. All of us have agency. We can shape this conversation, but we have to stand up with more clarity, conviction, and we have to be more consistent.
People don't speak up because they're afraid of retaliation.
Yeah. Well, you know, buck up. So am I. There's probably not a politician in the United States. I mean, I'm under assault attack by this guy every single day. Here's the President of the United States. He's 80 years old, and he's calling me a nickname that an 8-year-old called me, New Scum. The President of the United States. You saw the racist tropes he put out. This is the President of the United States of America. Call this guy out. Stop this timidity. Stop with the BS diplomacy. You're in the rearview mirror. The recklessness of our own actions. And how, I mean, we're all becoming Chamberlains in this space. We have a supine United States Congress, so we have to stand up. Corporate leaders have to stand up.
I mean, what a good message. Trump is temporary. This is the type of leader that we need. Trump going around just dropping, like, letting off farts in the room and then walking out of there in the room just like, what the fuck was that? That is what Trump's foreign policy has been lately. Like, everyone's just like, what the hell was that? Newsom goes in there and he did some cleanup right there. That is how an American politician is supposed to act in front of other world leaders. Like, with professionalism, with eloquence, with some compassion, with some intelligence. Like, that was a great speech. Absolutely great. I already saw Fox News totally talking shit on Newsom on this one, but this met the moment. It's exactly what I want to hear out of my leaders, and Newsom's doing a great job. Right now, he's easily the front runner for the next president of the United States, and I, for one, am all here for it. Is Newsom perfect? No, he's not. But is anybody perfect? No, they're not. So right now, Newsom is the leader that is meeting the moment, and right now, he's the guy. If you guys disagree with me, please, let's talk about it. If you got another guy, please, let's talk about him. But right now, Newsom's the guy. So I'll be keeping a close eye on this. Guys, if you, on another note, if you guys are enjoying any of my content, please do me a favor. Hit me a like, a share, subscribe, or even just any feedback. Is the sound bad? Is the lighting bad? Are my opinions bad? Any feedback would be very helpful on me in growing this channel and keeping my YouTube dream alive. With that, we'll keep an eye on the war in Iran. Hopefully that doesn't happen. And you guys have a good day. Catch you later.